To present a live demo of Project Zanaris, please welcome to the stage Mod Sarnie, Mod Default, Mod TJ, and Mod Tomb.
Oh, they're quite...
Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? I'm sure everyone's a bit sensitive over the last few days of festivities, so I was going to do a massive hype chant, but instead I'm going to ask anyone that's had a great RuneFest so far, just bang your hand up. I see no one with their hand down, so that's excellent. Yes, we are here to present to you, for the first time, the portal to Zanaris and to answer your burning questions. So I will stress that this is pre-alpha. Everything you see is subject to change. Of course, we're also doing a live demo. Things could go wrong. If that happens, so be it. We'll deal with it. But I think, without further ado, we should probably do some introductions. If you don't know who I am, I'm Mod Sarnie, or Mod Sardine, or Mod Serene. I'm taking all names, it's fine. I don't have any socks for you, I'm afraid, so I'm sorry. Great start, great start. And yes, I'm community manager on this project. I'm sure you've seen me on live streams or in Discord and Reddit spamming the word fam, because I use that a lot in my everyday vocabulary. So, we should introduce the next JMod on the panel, Mod Default.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mod Default. So I'm the development director for Project Zanaris. If you don't know me, that's OK. I'm a relatively new addition to the team. But if I do look a little bit familiar, then you might have seen me in the old school RuneScape character creator. Thank you.
Super iconic.
Sorry. Hey, I'm Mod TJ. I've been at Jagex for about 3.5 years now. I've been on this for about 2 years. So really, really excited to finally be showing the product to everyone.
And finally, on the hot desk itself.
Yeah, I'm Mod Tomb. I've been at Jagex for about 7-8 years now. You might remember me if you've heard about the mining and smithing rework. But now I'm on Project Zanaris and excited to show you what we've got.
You guys are so nice. This is lovely.
Wow.
Right. How's everyone's RuneFest been? We should probably just ease ourselves into it. Should we start with you, Tomb? How's your RuneFest been?
It's amazing. It's so good to see not only so many people, but so many new faces as well. I think we were all shocked when we kind of, the other day in the audience, when everyone raised their hands if it's your first RuneFest. We're like, there's so many of you. And the cosplay parade was amazing.
It was. TJ, what about yourself?
It's been really, really good. Just having the opportunity to talk with people, discuss ideas, and actually having people approach you and be like, oh, I'm super hyped to see this. There's no better feeling than getting that.
I think for me, I've spent a lot of my time over on the Wise Old Man crafting. And so I both got to live out my kind of suppressed fantasies of being a waiter and finding a table for 5 when we're trying to juggle all the tables, but also trying to talk to people in between time and get to know some of you has been really awesome. Both talking about Zanaris and just old school RuneScape in general, it's been awesome.
Honestly, doing that welcome wall in the morning was one of the best things, seeing everyone coming in as hyped as we were.
Though my hands may never recover. I'm
Oh,
not sure if I've
man.
got any more claps left in me.
So tiring after, but so worth it. I was clapping for, I think, about an hour, but so worth it. My voice was so croaky as well. So I think with some pleasantries out of the way, we should probably show you what you're all here to see, which is the portal.
Yeah.
Tomb, you ready?
We can get the portal on screen?
I'm sure we can.
Yes, so this will be your portal to Zanaris. So in the top, we've got kind of 3 main sections. We've got worlds, which will be your world browser for various worlds you can join, your server browser, and things you can kind of get into to actually play these experiences. We've got a news tab, which will show some very up-to-date news, but kind of very work in progress at the moment. And we've got the meat of the presentation, your worlds. So being able to kind of create these new worlds that we want to create. So if we jump straight in, Mod Sarnie, what sort of world should we create to start with?
I think we should help TJ with his PvP skills, because if we saw in the trailer, he didn't do very well. He got taken down by a rune pickaxe in 2 hits. So
I tried my best.
You really did. That's a sad thing.
So TJ, this PvP world, what sort of tags, what sort of description would you like?
Well, I think PvP.
Yep.
I'm debating fun. I didn't have a good time, but I'd like to have a good time next time.
Yep.
And Tag 7.
Tag
Got to
7.
have Tag 7 in there. It's a classic.
The classic.
What's Tag 7?
So we're going to change this up a bit. We don't know every world people are going to create, so these are just placeholder tags because we're going to update these when people tell us what they want. If you've got any ideas of what kind of worlds you're going to make, let us know in the Discord, and we can kind of get some tags ready for them.
Awesome. And do you want your world listed?
No, I don't want Manked to be able to join my world, so let's keep it hidden.
Unlisted.
Can we ban Manked? Is that possible?
We can try that after world creation if you want. So as you'll see, we've got 3 sections here, our details, our templates, and our rules. For now, we're going to skip templates, but we'll get back to them in a minute. But let's jump to rules. So currently, we've got about 400 actual parameters you can change and actively look at. And to start with, let's look at the character creator. One of the things we really want players to you guys to experience is the amount of control that hosts can give to players and players can use as well, so we can get you guys into playing what you want to play in Zanaris as quickly as possible. So how would you like to set that character up in your world?
Can you make it so I take less damage?
Less damage. Yep. So that would be
Does that mean everyone takes less damage too?
That is, everyone takes less damage.
So you can't make it so I take less damage, but everyone else takes more?
Unfortunately not.
Oh.
Not yet.
So what, instead of 100%, 50?
Yeah, I think that's good. And I'd like infinite prayer.
Infinite run. Unlimited run.
So unlimited run and infinite prayer. I want to go fast, and I don't want to have to flick.
Infinite prayer.
I think we can stop prayer drain.
Yeah, prayer points don't drain.
Yep. And then let's region lock.
Region lock, yep.
Nice choice, TJ, nice choice.
So as you might have seen from the trailer from Falador Fight Club, we've taken region locking and tried to take it one step further. So while you can region lock specific geographical areas, actually if you want to, and you just magically know the coordinates, you can just region lock anywhere you want in the world. You want to draw a box around Falador, you can only play in Falador. You want to region lock to just the wilderness and draw a box around somewhere else in the world, you can just do that.
At the moment, it does just show the map coordinates. Do you know the map coordinate for Lumbridge? I would like it to be Lumbridge, please.
Yep. I think it's 50-50, 32-32.
Oh. That should
It's
have been
flexing
the old
now, it's
school
just
RuneScape
flexing.
quiz yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Everyone
yeah,
knows
yeah.
that.
But
I'm
this
sure
is
everyone in the
gonna-
audience knew who that was, right? Knew this coordinate, right? Any hands? No? Oh, some hands.
Someone did.
Some hands.
What was that?
I don't know.
But in the future, there'll be a better user interface to some extent, so that we're not expecting you all to know map coordinates off by heart.
Or was that 3111?
I think that's in the other room.
I don't know.
Walk or quirt later, when we're asking questions, get that number. I want to know what that coordinate is.
And I wanna make my world harsh. I want,
Harsh?
when you die, I want all my progress to be wiped.
Ooh, that sounds like a nightmare. So reset character on death?
Yeah.
What about all damage taken is lethal? That sounds familiar?
But I don't want to take damage. Maybe not.
I think we should put it on.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, we can make it a bit easier. Instead of resetting your character, we can just make you lose a percentage of your XP.
That's a bit better, yeah. And can you start me at a higher level? I don't want to do the grind at the start.
All right. So one thing, speaking about our character creator, we wanted to give hosts the ability to actually let their players choose what sort of levels they wanted to start with. So currently, if you want to start with 90 attack,
I think so.
So we can kind of set this so actually the max level in the character creator is 90, but the minimum level currently is 1. So actually it would give all the players a choice of where they actually want to go. But TJ, I don't think you want that. I think you just want to start at 90 and be fixed to that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any other parameters we want, or should we start
I
getting
think
a
max
order?
health,
Max health. You sure? Not just 1?
99.
All right.
And then at least 43 prayer.
At least 43 prayer. I'm being harsh. You're only getting 43.
Okay.
I think to save TJ from embarrassment, he will never want to see a rune pick again. So we should probably disable any weapons.
Disable. I mean, it's a tough one.
It'd just be fist fights all over the place.
In fact, it's not even in this category. Disabling weapons is in player restrictions instead of restrictions. So just what? Just disabling the weapons? Just the weapon slot? What about the shield slot?
Yeah, go on.
Could we keep going further?
Maybe just make a hats-only fight club.
TJ's hats only world. In PvP, what, are you just going to cast magic spells on everyone?
Yeah, can you give us runes don't deplete?
Sure. I think we're good.
I think so.
Let's build our world. So as you can see, we get our nice little rule set of basically what we've changed, what we've looked at, and very much after our world's booted, we can edit these rules as well. Confirm, and let's build our world. Awesome. So we've kind of got our world loading and our world booting up. I made our world, not TJ. We've kind of got a world ID, which is what you'll be able to share to other players if your world's unlisted or things like that, or you just want to throw a link to someone so they can just join your world directly through a web link. We don't need a password, and currently we can allow 50 players to our world, but at some point that number might go as high as 2,000.
Do we want to make a world for Sarnie? I believe he had difficulty killing Zanaris.
I don't want to talk about this. I'm already ashamed enough that I was on this giant screen and everyone in this audience saw me fail to Zanaris.
But we're going to talk about it anyway.
Okay.
Sarnie's right helper?
That sounds lovely.
Tag 7 again?
Of
Always.
course.
But you probably want a password on your world, right?
Yeah, I don't want anyone to see me fail time and time again. Make Sewer Boys the password.
Sewer Boy?
Sewer Boys with an I, because that's the cool way to spell it, of course.
I have absolutely no idea if I spelled that right. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
So let's talk a little bit about templates. So Rat King is made up of several parameters, and not always are you going to want to type in all of those specific parameters. You're not going to want to find them all. So we've got templates, our way of being able to showcase and kind of collate these rule changes so you can select them quite easily. Our ideal as well is hosts will be able to create their own templates. So if you kind of spend a really long time refining Rat King, getting the balance perfectly right, you will then be able to host that as a template, share that template for other users to use as well. Do you want Dead Man?
No. I struggle enough with the prayer flicking, clearly, so yeah, other players running around will probably make it way worse.
Nice. So what other parameters do we want for Rat King?
XP boost, of course.
XP boost. We always need
I've only got 30 minutes, I've got a Zoom.
So with our experience boost, we split this out, if I can scroll. We split this out to specific skills or to actually just specific, a holistic view. And kind of as we showed earlier, very much this slider can go all the way to 100,000. You're going to hit 99 very quickly. Or if you want to be harsh, why not 5%? Make the world, really tough.
Who out there would play on a 5% XP world out of interest? Okay, there's some masochists in the audience, excellent.
But for now, 350 good?
Yeah.
What if we completed Restless Ghost so he can't get his prayer?
No, please. Please, I need the
That could
prayer
be tough.
XP.
The problem is there is a lot of quests. I have to type it in, aren't I?
It won't really cause you a problem, though, because didn't really make use of your prayer anyway.
I know. It's shocking, isn't it? Shocking. Maybe, just to start with, I should have unlimited prayer, just to get my bearings again.
You still want no prayer drain? There seems to be a common theme between you guys.
Yeah.
I think we both need to get good.
I would like my range ammo not to consume, though, like we did, because, that bronze knife served me very well during that fight.
Awesome.
And static store stock.
Oh, I think I might have typed that one in while you were chatting.
I think you quietly set that when he wasn't looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, excellent.
I think we're all set.
I think so.
I haven't region locked yet.
Oh, okay. Where are you putting me?
I mean, I want to just lock you in the desert, but I think that's going to be a bit tough.
I can take the Calfight Queen. Scaris is nothing, clearly. I can take the Calfight Queen easy.
Yeah? I mean, we can change this to a Rat King world to a Calfight Queen world.
Yeah.
So like everywhere but the desert. Awesome. But I think we better change your spawn point as well there.
Yeah. I'll let you decide.
Al-Qarid? I could spawn you in Kurend if you want.
Go on then. I like a challenge.
Yeah, you might immediately get teleported back to the desert because your region locked there, but if a host wants to break the world, they can.
I think that's enough for Rat King. Unless TJ's going to throw in any wild suggestions, because I can see him brewing on that chair.
I think he needs his damage done increased.
A damage done increase. Yeah. I mean, I can just make it really easy.
I think if you go to the max, he might be able to get a kill.
I thought this was meant to be a joyous occasion of faith and uplifting. You guys have got no faith in me.
I'll have faith with these settings.
Okay, fair. Yeah, fair.
Awesome. We good with this?
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
So we've got our all-famous Tag 7, 100,000% damage. Range weapons don't consume ammo. Restless Ghost completed. You're going to have to get those prayer points somewhere else. But your prayers don't drain. You're golden. And we've got some nice region locks. I've stopped you allowing to choose Lumbridge as your spawn point. And for some reason, you're spawning in Kurend.
Excellent. Perfect. Who thinks I'll be able to do it with these settings? Maybe. Guys.
I think we're good with it. I've gone through my list of things to show.
You have indeed. I was waiting for any little additional extras you wanted to chuck in. How's everyone think the portal looks at the moment? We liking it? Yes. Again, this is pre-alpha. Things are going to change. We already have 400 parameters, and that list is going to grow and grow and grow. It's going to be very, very exciting. So, I think it's about time we should take some questions.
Absolutely, let's do it.
I've got a couple prepped, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes to let your brain flow in. Maybe you've already got some questions prepped. We've got the wonderful Mod Pork and Mod Quirk going to run around. So raise your hand if you've got a question. They will find you. I will pick you out in a minute. But while we wait, Default.
Hello.
What's the timeline looking like for Zanaris? We've got a register button now.
You're killing me. This is the first question.
Yeah. We're going in hot and heavy.
So we'd love to talk to you about specific dates, but we're not going to do that today. Sorry. What we are going to say is that we're really excited to be working with more and more of the community over the coming weeks and months. So as you may have heard yesterday, we are keen to get more players involved in playtest as soon as possible, as soon as next month. We're then looking at doing some larger playtests starting towards the end of spring. So again, if you haven't already signed up, please go and do so. And we'll be reaching out to people. We want to get more feedback with you now that we're in a point where we can start to show the kind of things you can build with the tools. This is absolutely the right point to engage with more of you and get more of the feedback as we build on what we've got.
Yes, it's going to be very important we work with all of you to make this as fun and expansive as possible. And it's going to be, my job as CM to make sure that I can facilitate that as best as possible. So I'm willing to hear every idea, no matter how masochistic it might be, from how I know a lot of you can play the game, especially those fellow chunk-locked accounts out there. So, any chunk-locks? Let's go, let's go. All right, next question. What's going to be our process for choosing what parameters we prioritize working on and what the community deem most important? Toom, probably one for you.
Yeah, so as you can see, we've got a bunch already, but very much we want you guys to help us choose which direction these parameters go in. We'll create some way of effectively allowing you to make huge suggestions and allowing you to kind of vote on what those suggestions could be and what you think of it, that really allow us to kind of help direct that feedback.
Yes, it's going to be so important. I'm going to keep repeating this, so excuse me if I'm boring, but yeah, you guys are the reason we do this, and all of your ideas are very, very important to us. So I'm sure there's people in the audience that have already submitted ideas to the Discord thread I have put out. It is a very long thread. There is a lot of suggestions. Yeah, it's going to be great.
I think it's worth saying it's not just the parameters themselves, but also how they're presented. This is how they currently look. Doesn't mean how it's going to look in 3-4 months' time.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be doing a series of kind of UX tests to kind of get input on the presentation to make sure they're as intuitive as possible, so we get as low a bar to entry of what you want to do, but also without compromising on the complexity for those of you that want it.
Yes, and you might be able to help us in that feedback if you sign up at the links on the news post, on the Discord. You'll find them, and maybe we'll be doing some things not too far in the future, default.
If in doubt, just DM this man on Discord. He loves it.
Right, should we go to some audience questions?
Yes.
Who's got a question? Let's go. How far am I going to make people run? Let's go this guy. Yes. Hello.
Hi. This template looks great for someone like me, but for someone who's more tech savvy, is there going to be like a day one release where they could use something like RuneScript or other kind of console or advanced tools to make maybe something like a raid of their own for their own private server?
Toom, probably best for you.
So this is kind of our first release. This will be our stepping stone effectively to how we can build those tools. That's where we want to end up. We very much once we've kind of got this in the hands of enough players, we then kind of know if all players want to kind of make raids, if all players want to make quests. It kind of helps us then direct where that tooling comes from. But currently our release will look like this.
Yeah, the freedom part of this project is extremely important to us, and there's probably going to be internal questions that we ask of how we even present that to you guys. Tech-savvy people like yourselves, is there a coding system we need to present to you that you can allow you to do that? But for the people that don't want that, is there an option that we have to explore where it's more sort of user-friendly like this, and you can be a bit more flexible on customization without just parameters? So there's multiple questions to ask, but as Toom said, we want to hit the ground running smoothly and build up from that point. So, awesome. Who's got a question? Let's go party hat in the front, because that's an easy spot. I'm making Quirt do a lot of work at the moment. So.
Thank you, Mod Quirt.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. My question is, with the templates, would it be possible to add previous leagues so that we could create leagues and play with our friends?
I think that's a Toom question, unless TJ wants to go.
I can take this
Go
one.
TJ.
That's something we're actively exploring on how we can kind of get that in there. I can't fully confirm it will be there, but we are exploring. So certain parameters we have at the moment are specific relics we've had in the past, and we will be building and adding to that. And the end goal is eventually you would be able to click something like Leagues 3, Leagues 4. It would populate, and then you could be like, oh, I want to turn off this feature or maybe add this other feature. But I can't say it will 100% be there day one, but it's the ambition to get something along those lines.
I can say that the ones we have already plugged in are probably the ones you're going to want. So, yes, it's good. Questions? Who's got a question next? Let's go this side of the room, because I haven't said hello to you. Hello. This guy in the scarf, the wiki scarf. Let's go.
Hello. Compliments on the dashboard. I think it looks really good. I am a bit worried about fragmentation of the player base. Let's say if I'm playing a custom world, can I still speak with my friends through PMs or through clan chats?
I'll take this one again. So yeah, we are looking at enabling cross-game chat. It's one of our kind of priorities, and it's a feature we're actively working on at the moment. And in terms of kind of fragmenting the community, there's a few different angles we're taking. So Zanaris will operate on a content delay from old school. So if you want to do the freshest, newest things, they will be in old school exclusively for a while, and then eventually make their way to Zanaris a few months later. And then also, we think this is going to really grow the old school community. So we think more people are going to be playing both products overall, and we're hoping we can bring in new and fresh players who will try this and also try old school, so we'll only get an even bigger community.
I think it's very important for us to make sure that we know what your concerns are. That has definitely been one that has been spoken about a lot. And I know, especially personally, I can speak for the rest of the team. Everyone is very aware of all of the concerns that have been raised. Thank you. And it's something that we want to make sure that we are prioritizing and not ignoring, because ultimately this product will be, hopefully, for all of you. And we want to make it the best it can be for everyone in here. And that will be watching at home, and all the players that can't do either of those. So.
Yeah, I'd just add to that, just keep talking to us about those concerns. You know, they're legitimate. There are things we can do to kind of mitigate that and talk to that. Let's just keep talking and having constructive conversations to make sure we're actively engaging with those concerns, as we're endeavoring to do already.
All right, who's next? Let's go this guy, second in on that row. Yes, you. With the glasses, I think.
Is there going to be an option to play in older game versions?
Tomb? Older game versions. Is there going to be a possibility to play in older game versions?
Yeah, so currently we're actively exploring being able to support being able to choose your content version. Currently, we're going to kind of launch with one, and hopefully actually be able to launch then kind of expand into being able to support older versions as well. So in a hopeful world, you'll be able to kind of launch Leagues 3 as it was, perhaps old school when it released kind of thing. But there are lots of kind of technical considerations we need to make for that. So for launch, will be one version, and then hopefully more.
Awesome. Who's next? Yeah, in the cap with the glasses. Let's go. I don't know who's running. Oh, we're making all the hard work here. Do you want to pass the mic down that way? That would be amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, what a gent. He's got up and everything.
Thank you.
So going on from concerns that people had, do you think that this could potentially take the shine off leagues, given that we could potentially have leagues available all of the time? Do you think that it could make leagues feel a little less special? And do you think maybe it could push leagues to take a different creative direction, more towards the echo bosses kind of thing?
I believe this, personally, I don't believe this will take the shine away from leagues. I think one of the biggest benefits of leagues, it's officially run, which means everyone in the community should know it's going on. We all know the hype build-up for leagues is massive, and it's fantastic. I love watching people like Foe brainstorming for weeks about what routes they're going to take while we're slowly slipping out details and stuff. You are not going to get the same level, especially at the start of Project Zanaris, the same level of that anticipation that a normal league does. And we've still got that team that have been working on the previous leagues, you know, Arcane and Halo and stuff like that were working on previous leagues. They're still going to be working on leagues. It's a very valid concern. I think it's one we need to keep an eye on. But the leagues you know and love is not going anywhere. I don't personally think it's going to diminish it, but very valid concern. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, maybe a bit more in the second. Do you think that it could push leagues to take more of a expansive reach? But like, I think the Echo bosses showed that leagues could be more than any of us really thought. I feel like leagues was really all about, you know, fast progression and heightened XP rates and things, you know, but these are going to be available all of the time. I don't think they're going to feel that special anymore.
I'm confident in saying that the teams that work on leagues will keep making it fresh and keep bringing exciting new ideas that are going to make leagues feel really good every time we do one. So yeah, but it is something that we need to consider because it's something that we need to keep an eye on. I have every faith in those teams that they're going to bring you, all of us, because I play leagues, I've been playing since Leagues 2, that
and
every league...
It's not like we're working in isolation as well, right? So yeah. we're actively engaged with the old school team and the team who are working on leagues. And so if we do bring full leagues to Zanaris, then that's obviously something that we're talking about with them and the potential impact for what they're doing. Sorry, Sarnie didn't mean to talk over you.
No, that's good. I was just saying, yeah, that passion and everything that leagues is now, I don't think will ever go away. Hands up who plays leagues in the audience, just... Hands up who's going to play the next leagues. I don't think that's going anywhere personally, so. Awesome. Next question. Let's go. Anyone on this side? Yes, person in the middle with the hands and the glasses. Everyone's got hands, I think, in the audience. Yes, 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 yes.
Have you considered how this is going to work with the current launcher and if it's going to be only for the official client, if people can play also on RuneLite? How are the worlds going to be able to launch? Will it be the same as it is right now?
So at the moment, because we're in alpha testing, we have our own separate tab on the launcher, which is only available to people we've invited to test it. We're still evaluating where it will live long term, but at the moment, because of alpha testing and not wanting it to be accessible by everyone, that's kind of why it's there. Or sorry, pre-alpha testing. In terms of clients, we're actively exploring what we can do because we want as much customization as possible, and plugins in clients offer a huge amount of customization that players already have.
Awesome. All right, should we go to the middle? Who's in the middle? Who's in the middle? Let's go. Guy near the back so we're not making quite run too far. Yes, closest to the end.
Yeah, so my question is about the plugins that you're doing and I guess the OSRS client. Will you be able to change these rules on the fly, both through plugins, but also if people have a mod status on these, these worlds? Are there any plugin integrations in the pipeline or anything like that?
That's something we're still exploring. It's a really good question and something we're actively thinking about ourselves. One of the things that's really cool in my mind is if a world could be, oh, if you want to play on this world, you need these 5 plugins, but you can't have these 2 plugins, or you can kind of have even more customization. At the moment, we haven't got to that level of technical investigation, but it is something actively on our minds and we're considering, because I think it'd be really powerful if you could customize or control what plugins people automatically have on your world.
Awesome, awesome stuff. All right, let's go to this guy at the back with the mustache. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
I was just curious how granular will be the control of the items that are used in the servers, and how would you say, would we be able to add maybe perks or different tiers or rewards from previous leagues combined and kind of tweak them and kind of do what we want to do with them? That's my question.
So our first stage, we're kind of going with kind of these parameters that you can kind of see, and we want these to be as granular as possible. We want to very much give hosts as much control as possible. So I'd say very much like a really nice kind of, when we get to this stage, a really nice piece of feedback we'll be looking for is, are these controls granular enough? And I think when we get to the point in tooling where players can kind of actually input their new things, when they can actually either script in some way new features, very much like things like league perks and actually combining things like that, very much will come then.
Granularity of items is actually something we've been discussing over the last 10 days as well, so it's something we're actively investigating at the moment.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, just because if you see a parameter that we add that's already here or we add later on, doesn't mean we can't then break it down even further and even further if that's what something you guys want. Again, giving you the walls off the sandbox approach is exactly what we want to offer with this, and that's something that's very important to us. Who's next? Should we go this side? Because I haven't seen this side in a little bit. Let's go. Guy being pointed at. There we go. That's it. That's a nice, easy one.
Hi, thanks. I've been really excited for private servers because this sounds perfect for clan events. So the idea there, the question is, are you guys aiming to make it easy enough to reset a world for a 2-hour event? And then with that, will you allow, for example, some kind of high scores to be pulled at that world so that we can track, make our own point system and all that kind of stuff? Because that's what really gets me excited about this.
Who doesn't love a high score? I imagine everyone in this room loves a high score. Tim, think that's for you?
It's almost as if you've read our internal roadmap so far. Very much high scores is something we're actively looking at and very much figuring out like how we kind of get that on so many worlds with so many different kind of types of high scores. And very much kind of this concept of some worlds will be these kind of longer form experiences, like if you're kind of setting up like just a Rat King server, it's going to be a quick short form event where maybe you have Rat King and then maybe you kind of reset your world and actually you want to kind of move it into a Falador Fight Club world for half an hour and then back to Rat King, kind of things like that. And we really want you to be able to kind of control these events quite comfortably as a host and potentially allow other players in game to help influence those things as well.
And on the save point, we are actively exploring a kind of reset button. So say you wanted everyone to spawn at a different point in the world, gear up, the world shrinks, and then you have a big fight. You could kind of have a reset and everyone goes back to those points or has to make their character again, or however you want your starting conditions of that world to be.
And the idea of doing some kind of timed, automated version of that is obviously something that we're also keen to explore.
I think especially in the early life of Zanaris, we're going to see a lot of these events, and I'm really, really excited to see what all of you come up with, because I'm not going to lie, I'm going to jump in. I'm probably going to have fun on many people's servers. It's one of the things I'm most looking forward to. So you'll probably see me floating about once you start making worlds, so you can say hello if you want. Should we go back to the middle? Let's go to... There's another guy being pointed at. That's the way. Point away if you want to get a question asked.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
What is the pricing model going to be for Project Zanaris? Are all players expected to pay? Are the server hosters going to be paying to host servers? And can server hosters monetize their server?
So people need to be a member to access the servers. And then servers will be rented to players at a very comparable price to other games where you've probably rented servers before. So we're kind of following a similar way to that. In terms of can server hosts monetize their worlds, for our release, we're not going to be allowing that kind of thing. It's very much going to be you rent the world from us, and then people can join it if you choose to let them in. And sorry, there was one more question as part of that. Did I answer it all?
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. We have got one more question that I'm going to ask the audience, the team. So thank you so much for your questions. I want to find out from you guys what you personally are most excited for this project. Default, we'll start with you.
Start with me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I think the thing I'm most excited for is to get So we've just kind of reached a point where we can start to show off the kind of things that's possible to do with the tools, so hopefully give more of an idea of what we're aiming for rather than just talk solely about the tools. I'm more excited for us to get a few months down the line, get more players on board, and see what you're actually making with that. Yeah, essentially that.
My answer's a bit of a cop-out in that I don't know what I'm most excited for. I just know the players are going to have better ideas than what any of us have, and that most of the best advancements in video games have actually been kind of players modding existing games, and I can't wait to see that happen with Old School.
So we had this lovely moment a few weeks ago when we were kind of brainstorming what exemplar modes do we bring to RuneFest, and we had this big brainstorm with about 11, 12 of us. And we had kind of all these kind of almost 400 parameters, and we came up with Rat King and Falador Fight Club. And there was this lovely moment where we realized that these exemplars are more than just the sum of these specific parameters, and we'd almost found the fun really well. And I'm really excited to see what you guys can create when, instead of 400 parameters, there's 4,000, and suddenly instead of just 11 people in a room, there's millions in the community.
Yes, I don't think I could say it any better than Toom did, honestly, but the ideas that you guys are going to be creating is half the reason we're doing this. You are the most creative and talented and out there community in gaming, and it's exactly why we love it and exactly why we want to do stuff like this. Like, we love you. We're building stuff that we hope you can just jump in and have fun with, and hopefully this will give you a small taster of what's to come in the future. I'm so gassed for it, man. I'm so gassed. All I want to say is thank you so much. I know we didn't have tons of time, but thank you so much for coming. I'm sure you'll see us pop up in socials over the next few months. We'll, again, register your interest for testing that is coming up in the Discord, in the news post. Hopefully, we will see some of you soon, and I'm sure you'll see us very soon. I hope you all had a wonderful RuneFest. It's been amazing getting to meet all of you face to face. And just have a wonderful day. You guys are awesome. Thank you.